Greetings and salutations. Hey, everybody, this is Cynthia Rose. I'm Cynthia Rose, and I'm here to talk and share. It's been a minute, longer than a minute, actually. It's been many thousands of minutes. and I, I'm coming to you in the spirit of community and transparency. And I don't even know if I will share this. I might. It's more for me than anyone. It's more for me because I want to hold myself accountable to me. Where to start? So, I also want to document this journey of this new thing I'm doing. I'm doing several new things. Let's start with the date. Today is September the 16th. It is a Saturday. It's almost 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am coming to you from Gainesville, Florida, in the United States of America, from my home office, which is also an art studio, which is also a library, and those are my art supplies. We'll give you a little 5-minute tour, 5-second tour. Those are books. Journey's Light that we just got in. Great inspirational photography book that Stan Johnson and I collaborated on. And these are some of my books. I've got more bookshelves on the side and books all over the house because I love books. I'm a writer, I'm a poet, I'm an artist. And right now, my life is packed, jam-packed. I work full-time for the federal government, Department of Ag, as a PR specialist, public relations. I tell stories about the programs that we manage. We help farmers with protecting, conserving their land and water quality, soil health, and climate smart ag practices. So we are strictly voluntary participation with the farmers. We're not regulatory, so it's a great place to work and feel like what you're doing really matters in terms of our ag, where our food comes from, and how farmers can be supported in their efforts to farm sustainably and to keep the land going for future generations. We have to be able to feed ourselves as a country if we want true security. So that's my speech on that. That's my daytime goes to that. And then after work, I come home and I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but it's probably going to show up backwards. But this Arts and Health, I am pursuing currently a Master of Arts in Medicine at the University of Florida. This is my first semester, and I haven't been in school like a university setting in 30 years because I graduated college in 93, and I have been wanting to do this for about 7 years. So I finally took the plunge now that I am in a place in my life where I realize that it's now or never. Either I'm going to work this current day job until I retire, and then who knows? God could take me out any second. I could walk out this door and not come back. So it really had me thinking, like, if I got to spend the rest of my life doing what I really wanted to do, would it be working in this office? No. But this is a great job. I'm not knocking it. It's paying all my bills. Most of them anyway. And I work with a great group of people. I get to use my mind, and I do get to use my heart in interacting with folks. But I don't get to use my art or work within the art setting. And so I've always loved helping people and helping them tell their stories. I'm an editor, so I'm also a book coach and that feels good to help people tell their stories and write their books. And I'm a writer as well, and I'm a poet. Most people know me as a poet in the art world. But I've always wanted to tap into helping people through the arts process difficult emotions. And I've done a little bit of that on my own with a couple of workshops that I created and hosted when I lived in Tallahassee. But since I moved to Gainesville a couple of years ago, this is going on, well, and it's about a year and a half ago, I have not done much with my art. I have done poetry readings. I've taken a continuing education course on memoir writing, and I have written some poetry. And I decided to take the plunge to get a degree, not a certification. I could have gotten a certification, but I felt like there was more I need to know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Right now, I'm just in the first class, and I would say the biggest thing. Wow. Ooh, that plane certainly broke the sound barrier. It sounded like it was right on top of the house. Ooh, that was loud. Okay, where was I? What I'm learning is that there are other souls out there so talented in every form of arts you can imagine, and they are also pursuing this degree. And so I'm just enjoying meeting the other students. And I think I might be the oldest student in the class. I might be the same age as our professor. And that's okay. Oh, I love learning, and what I'm learning now is all the different ways that arts is used in health arenas, not just hospitals, but wellness centers, communities, educational places, just all the areas where the arts can be brought in. And I still don't know exactly how I will use this degree, but what I am hoping is that it will equip me to be able to better serve in this area, and to know how to access resources and partner with other like-minded artists to bring arts into our communities and in ways that are more accessible. Because this isn't anything new. I mean, this is going back hundreds of years that arts have been used in a healing way. And I'm not studying to be a therapist. I'm not going to be diagnosing anyone. I will be continuing to be an artist, but in a health setting. And it's intimidating as hell. And it's rigorous. Like, you got to read 50 chapters in a week and watch videos and research and write papers. And every week it gets harder, more intense, and more is asked of us. And I ask myself, can I do this? I don't know. But yes, I can do this if I set my mind to it. Is it easy? No. Did I think it was going to be easy? No. But did I think it was going to be this hard? No. Because, y'all, I'm in my 50s, and so my energy level is not what it was when I was in my 20s. And I could work 3 jobs and go to school full time and still party and still, write and create and do a million things and get by on 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I can't do that at this age. So it's challenging. Like, here I am on a Saturday evening, and I want to go to the salsa festival downtown in Bo Diddley's Plaza and dance some salsa and bachata and merengue, because they're doing that in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. And I may still go do that, even if it's just for an hour. But I have been struggling with, man, what little free time I have, I don't have anymore. So here I am recording myself because I want to document this so that when I'm graduated, I can go back and I can say, okay, yeah, yeah, you did that, even when you didn't think you could do it. And I also, I believe if I continue making these recordings, it will hold me accountable because I'm speaking out into the world what it is I'm doing, and I'm not just, here in my room scribbling away and nobody knows, and so then nobody can hold me accountable if I quit, right? But if I put it out there, then I'm not going to want to quit because I don't want to look bad, I don't want to look bad in front of y'all. But also, um, I'm more of a visual and auditory type person. So if I can hear myself speaking, it reinforces the thoughts that are going on in my head. And obviously, I'm not sharing everything because there's too much going on in there. And y'all don't want to hear that. This is going to be a short video. It's already gone over. I wanted to keep it at 10 minutes. We might go to 15. And so I always want to read something from what I'm currently reading. This is one of 5 books probably that I'm reading. So this is talking about arts and health. And it says, it's really hard to define arts and health because it's so broad. And this statement right here confirms it. It says, this field does not exist in isolation, but it also intersects with related fields, including but not limited to cultural studies, sociology, psychology of the arts, and medical humanities. So what does that mean? It touches everything, actually. That's what I get out of that. I was going to do a show and tell, but I'm going to do a show and peek. So I want to show you something that I drew up a few years back, and it's called a Bloom Forever session, where I had this flower. You could take the petals apart, and they were numbered, and each number stood for something, right? So when I was doing my Right to Heal workshops, this I never presented in the workshop, by the way. But this idea came to me to incorporate a writing prompt, and depending on the petal, that number represented an area in your life. So, for example, 1, physical, your physical body. 2, mental, your mind. 3, spiritual, we know, our essence. 4, your professional or work persona or area of life. And 5, relational. That could be romantic, family, whatever is the most important relationship to you. So in this session, I would have this flower that people in the group could pick a petal, pick the number, and then they would share or write down what that represents in their life, and if they could change what it was like, how would they? One thing that they would change about it. And then we would talk about it, and I would ask them to give themselves permission to change. Give yourself that word, write it in the flower, and color your petal. Meditate and breathe it daily for 30 days. Water it with intentions. Feed it and fertilize it with your actions, and nurture it as the flower grows and blooms. And this word will define your positive change, what you desire. So when they think about what they want to change, they would come up with one word. And that word, they would visually color it in as part of that flower. And it was just an idea that came to me. So I wrote it down, but I never did anything with it. And now, I don't know how many years later, when did I write this? I didn't date it. Oh, Okay, I dated a tip page before 2017. Here it is 5 years later, almost 5 years and 3 months. No, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years and 3 months because I wrote it in June of 2017. But you know what? Delay is not denial. And that idea I I've had all these years, and I am so excited because now I get to share it with more than just this notebook. This is my dream book, my dream where I write ideas and things that I create. And it's finally going to see the light of day. Not only because I'm sharing it here, but because I get to interweave it into the practices that I'm going to be developing through this program, Arts and Medicine program at the university. I'm so excited. Like, part of me is like, who do you think you are that you can do this? And the other part of me is like, hell yeah, I can do this. This is what I've been waiting for years. And I know that this has value for many people out there in the world. And, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healer. I can heal myself for some things, but nature is the greatest healer. God is a great healer, greatest healer. I don't know. Everything can heal you, but you can heal yourself. But sometimes we need a little help, right? We get stuck. And when you're in a place of trauma or extreme grief, sadness, pain, physical pain, emotional pain, all of that, you can't see the forest for the trees. And you could be the most knowledgeable person about healing practices and not be able to see through the fog of what your experience is. And so I hope that I can be a guide, shine a little bit of light on things that can help you, people in general, help y'all process what you're going through in a healing and loving way, in a beautiful way through the arts. I'm so excited. Okay, this is going on longer than I anticipated, but I just wanted to share this because sometimes I don't feel like doing this work. It's a lot. It's a lot of reading, and I want to remind myself why I'm doing this. Why? When I could just go to work, and have my weekends off and have my evenings to myself. I could be in the gym every night. I could be going to poetry readings all the time. I could be doing any other thing than adding another 5 hours to my day of work. But it won't always be like this. It's just for such a time as this. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm purposed to be doing. And when I look back on my life, I want to say that I did everything that I wanted to do. I didn't just keep my dreams in this notebook, and I have more notebooks. They're not just here. These are plans, these are ideas that are meant to bloom. We are not meant to keep our gifts hidden. They are meant to be shared. And we are our biggest critic. I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest self-doubter. If someone says you can't do that, when I was younger, I was like, I'm going to show you I can do it. But then somewhere along the way, I started doubting myself. Can I? Am I too old? Or what? Am I too tired? Or what's happening? My hormones are changing. My body's changing. I don't know what's going on. My life is changing. I started over so many times. But you know what? This is the best start over for me. Because it's not out of fear that I'm starting over with going back to school. It's out of a desire to do something good. So I leave you with that thought. Do something good. Forget fear. Go for your dreams.